Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through here this evening. And thank you for all of you who've tuned in live this evening as we talk about DuePoint one more time. If you can believe it, we probably have less than 8 weeks of this year left. 8 weeks, and we're in December. 2018 is finished, and we're in 2019. And I think that for many of us, this year has passed both quickly and terribly slowly. The circumstances that have mounted against us as individuals in South Africa have made this a year that we're probably going to hope we forget, rather than one that we hope we remember. Well, this evening at DuePoint, I hope to give you some inspiration. I hope to give you something to take away with you that'll bring you a little bit of light as we enter the last 2 months of this year. Something that you can feel excited about as you look on 2019, which is literally just around the corner from us. So let's start. DuePoint, ladies and gentlemen, is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. Excuse me, Constantia has been around since 1952. It's 66 years old today, or just about today. It's going to be 67 next year. This makes it a 7-decade-old insurance company. It also makes it very different from just about every other presentation you've ever been to. If you've been to a presentation recently or had somebody show you something recently, they would, well, firstly, be unlikely to tell you when that business started, and two, would be unlikely to give you any evidence of its reality in South Africa, of its actual existence. Here at DuePoint, we can do a couple of things. First of all, we can tell you that Constantia is listed on the JSE. This means you can go to their website, look us up under a Conduit Capital. We are also licensed with the FSCA, with short and long-term insurance licenses. This is something you can go and check on us. Those of you here this evening, you can go out and check our licenses next to the door. We have actual certificates. And of course, for those of you who are here, not so much you watching through the lens, but for those of you here, you can see that we are real people, that this is a real building. And so for those of you who are watching live this evening, I want to encourage you to take some time somewhere along the line and come and visit us here. Like I said, you'll notice two things: that you're dealing with real people that are in South Africa and are South Africans, and you're dealing with a South African company, all of which can be testified to, all of which can be proven. Like I said, it's unlikely that anything else you've seen this year can give you such proof of its sustainability and its reality in the South African economy. And so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to take a very different view of us here at DuePoint. I'm going to ask you to take a view you might not have taken before, one that DuePoint is completely unique to anything you've ever seen before. We are a real business in South Africa, designed for South Africans in the South African context, and we're here to start making some change. Before you go, do some more research. Go and find us, as I said, on the FSCA's website. There's one of our financial services providers licenses. Go and find it. Get that comfort you need to be able to look at us completely differently. Let me introduce you to the team as well. This is me, Brendan Benfield, over here. I'm the senior executive here at DuePoint. I've been involved in the industry, the financial services industry of South Africa, for the best part of the last 2 decades. I'm a chartered accountant, you'll have to forgive me for that, and I'm a visiting fellow of MIT. I have been here for quite some time in this space, and so again, I hope to give you some confidence in the fact that we kind of do know what we're doing here at DuePoint, and we want to help you in what we do. Next to me is Tim. He comes straight out of the banking sector, spent 2 decades there. He's a chartered accountant as well. We've got Stacey, chartered accountant as well. You'll notice there's lots of people that are very good at maths here. So if at any point during the presentation you say to yourself, I've done the maths and this doesn't work, know that a lot of people here have done the mathematics. We can assure you the maths works very well, so don't worry too much about that. Then we've got Jane over here. Jane comes from the UK. She's the only person of the team who is not born in South Africa, but she spent the last 10 years here and is in fact a South African citizen. She brings to the team here at DuePoint a very specialized set of skills in the direct selling space, both from her experience internationally and here locally in South Africa. And then lastly but not least, we have Rob. Rob is our design guy. He's the guy who brings the flavor and the color to everything we do at DuePoint. He too is specialized for 20 years in the marketing and advertising of the financial services industry. So we tell you this not to boast, but rather to give you confidence again. We're going to be asking from you something this evening. And so if we ask of you anything, we want you to have confidence before you give it to us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, what is it that we do here at DuePoint? Well, our primary objective at DuePoint is wealth creation. You might have heard of other companies that have wealth creation divisions, mainly the big banks, the private banks. They'll bring in high net worth individuals that say, give us your money and we'll create greater wealth for you. Well, at DuePoint, we had a very different start. When we commenced trading as DuePoint, we said to ourselves, we have to be able to start bringing the ability to create wealth to the hands of the average South African. The average South African today does not have these skills or the opportunity in order to create wealth for themselves. At the moment, the thing that is on offer to most of you comes through your WhatsApp, comes through your Facebook pages, and that's normally a kind of get-rich kind of quick thing, where they're saying, come to me, give me your money, sell my bits and pieces, and we'll try and make you rich in the next 90 days. Well, we didn't want to do that. What we wanted to do was we wanted to do the real thing. We wanted to put you in a position where you had a tool in your hands that you could use to create a recurring, reliable, lifetime income. Something that is there every month for you. Something that is there when you sell or don't sell, when you have time or don't have time, when you are healthy or sick. Something is there that you can know is steadfast and start to focus on and forecast with in your financial position. Because if you do these things, ladies and gentlemen, then you are in a position to start changing your financial position in South Africa. What do we know about our position in South Africa today? Well, first of all, we know that we are drowning in debt. I don't even need to explain this to anybody. Everybody knows it. If I opened any of your wallets, you would show me the list of credit cards and clothing accounts and, furniture store accounts. It's crazy that we all have. But we also know that none of us are in the position to service that debt. And it is getting worse every single month. Why? Because we can't control our income. Here at DuePoint, we know this is a fact. Read your newspapers and you'll know that we've had 7 tax increases this year, 6 petrol and 1 VAT. None of you guys got 7 increases this year, did you, in your salary? No. Have you tried going to your boss and asking him for an increase? Just 1, not even 7. I mean, you can say to him, listen, we're going to negotiate here. I don't need 7 increases. I just need 1. Have any of you tried that? No, it's not something that we succeed with naturally, because we do not have control over it. Now, again, the tool that we put in your hands here at DuePoint puts you back in control. You're in a position now where you can control your income. You can actually give yourself an increase every month, and not by selling more pots and pans or toiletries. No, by creating real wealth, an asset that creates this income that is there every single month. The other thing, of course, that we don't have any control over in the South African context is our expenditure. Like I said, 7 tax increases this year. Every single week, basically this year, we've seen food prices going up, car prices going up, everything going up. There's even talk now of increasing the interest rate. That'll really help, won't it? Increased VAT, increased interest rates, greater debt, total disaster. And then, of course, we see in the newspapers late last week, the politicians, the guys who make these laws, saying to South Africans, well, if you don't like the increase in petrol price, just go out and buy a more fuel-efficient modern car. Sure, but how many South Africans can just go out and buy a new car? Well, if you can do that, please come and visit me, because I'd like to go out and buy a new, modern, fuel-efficient car to save me from the 6 petrol price increases we've had this year. Guys, we are not in control, but the tool that we put in your hands here at DuePoint puts you back in control. Our second objective here at DuePoint is that we want to get South Africans participating and benefiting in the financial services sector. It is massively regulated. New regulation is coming out all the time. In fact, I was reading a new piece today which kind of gave me the heebie-jeebies. The regulation that comes out at the moment over the financial services sector just excludes South Africans. It just pushes them out. We believe here at DuePoint we've opened the window to let South Africans come back in to the financial services space and benefit and participate again in what is the largest sector in our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, with those 2 objectives put together, we created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is where you come in. It allows you as an individual to connect with us and contract with us as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we give you one task. Like I said, you're not selling anything here at DuePoint. You're given the one task of simply connecting people to us. If you're able to do that successfully, we're able to then, as the insurance company, expand our market share. If we can expand our market share, we can obviously create greater revenue, and that greater revenue we use to create a recurring extra income for you. We use financial services and lifestyle products here. They run on automatic debit order systems, which means that every month, no matter where you are, you could be lying in the ICU unit in a hospital or on a holiday in Cape Town on the beach, and our debit orders raise despite you. This is a fantastic freedom. It means that we no longer have to be worried about these selling things. We don't have to carry stock around with us. We don't have to convince our friends every month to buy the pot again so that our income can come in. No, here You connect someone to us once, just once, and we're able to raise that debit order off of their accounts every month going forward with products that don't expire, they don't go bad, they don't go rotten in your garage, they don't not work each time, they work perfectly every time, bringing your income in every month reliably and on a steadfast basis. We also designed it in a system that buys your time back. The number one thing that I hear people saying to me, and these days I almost slap them when they tell me, is that I don't have time. Well, welcome to the club of I don't have time. Look at us. It's all a Monday night, and every single one of us around the country is watching business and doing work. Some of you even watching from work this evening. Folks, none of us have time. We know that. That's actually the problem, because you know what we're spending our time on? We're spending our time on the thing that makes us poor. I don't know if any of your jobs are making you rich right now. No, hands up. No, you're not getting richer every day with your jobs. What a surprise. But you are happy to spend 40, 60, 80, 100 hours a week on it. Why would you be doing that? When here we put the tool in front of you and we say, pick it up and take it. And if you take it and use it, the time you spend on it will make you richer every hour you spend on it. This is something that very seriously needs to be considered. The automatic knee-jerk reaction of I don't have time has to be discarded if we are going to start creating real wealth for South Africans today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we created the system so that you can duplicate yourself in others. Because the moment you can duplicate yourself in others is the moment you're able to leverage more time. The others will have 15 minutes a week, maybe an hour a week that they can spend on the development of their own wealth and your wealth in our system. You see, this is not employment. You're not locked into 9 to 5. You can be working on DuePoint 24 hours a day. Our technology puts us in your pocket every hour of every day, Monday through Sunday. Doesn't matter what the public holiday is, Christmas, New Year, we're all ready for you to be able to create wealth. Your job cannot do that for you. Your job cannot allow you to create wealth beyond the hours they pay you for. And again, you're going to go tomorrow, you're going to work, what, 8 until 5? And then they're going to stop paying you, but you're going to carry on working after that, aren't you? All of us do it. We work the overtime, we work the weekends, but we are only paid for our 40 hours. Here, every ounce of time you put in, you are paid for through the process of creation of wealth with us. We give you the system at no cost. One of the big things that we're worried about as South Africans naturally is the fact that we're going to lose money. And we've had lots of wealth engineers, successful wealth engineers, that have started in this auditorium or watched us live around the country and gone, I'm not doing this because somebody's about to lose their money. Fantastic news. We do not take your money. There's no starter fee. There's no monthly fee. There's no starter kit that you buy. We don't ask you to drop some money in a basket outside as you leave this evening. Folks, we do not take your money for the using of this system. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no cost, at no additional premium on the cost of your product. This is not a system that is going to require you to make a financial risk decision this evening. It is a tool you pick up, and at almost no cost, you're able to create a completely new life for yourself. Nothing that we know of in South Africa brings that. Nothing brings that to the average South African today. You also don't need any particular qualifications or experience. Remember, I told you no selling. No selling. I mean it. You're never ever going to have to sell anything at DuePoint. And this is a big switch that needs to be flicked in most people's minds. Because in most people's minds, they're going, no, I've got to sell something. How am I going to talk to the guy? He has a fantastic conversation. It is super easy to get people to connect with us without ever having to worry about talking about our products, carrying them around in your boot. None of that sort of stuff. We've freed you from that whole process. And therefore, everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer and can be building wealth with us. It means that everybody can be building an asset. You know, an asset is something that pays you every month. That's what we build here. When we build teams, these channels of individuals that create income for us 24 hours a day, in the DuePoint system, you can value that channel and sell it to somebody else if you want. It's your asset. And one day when you pass away, that channel and the income they create is going to be automatically handed over to your children. And your children will continue to earn the income you created during your lifetime. This is something your job does not offer you. You know this. You're going to die on that treadmill, fall off, and they'll put somebody else in your space. Your children will not earn a salary when you are not there working. The same thing as most of these other things where you've got to sell something to make income. does not pay you when you're dead because you can't sell anymore. Here at DuePoint, the income you create is lifetime income. It'll be handed over to your children, and they will either be able to build the asset bigger or just live off of the income you created. We also built the system, as you can see, and if you ever visit us, you'll see, at the highest level of quality. Here at DuePoint, we like to consider ourselves almost private bank level service and quality for anybody who's a wealth engineer with us. None of the embarrassing things that you'd normally have to do are here. No selling stock, no carrying stock, no paper application forms, no convincing people, and no presentations. At DuePoint, only Rob and I do the presentations, and using our technology, we're around the country 6 days a week. We do this presentation 7 to 9 times a week, Monday through Saturday. You don't even need to be in our office, as you guys aren't. And you're able to have this presentation done for you. No more convincing individuals. You let us do the work for you. You simply connect them to us. How do you connect people to us? Well, there's one of 4 ways to do it. First of all, you can go pick up one of our USB sticks. You either get it at the information counter or you order it at our client services team, with our client services team. 170 Rand, we'll have it delivered to you. It's got all of our presentations that you will need on it. You plug it into a TV or a computer anywhere, anytime, and there we are doing the presentation for you. Second way is you can come and be part of our studio here at any time, Monday through Saturday. You'll find on our website and on our phone app all the times that we're on and we're live and we're broadcasting. Bring your guests, bring your friends here. Come and sit in our auditorium and we will do the presentation for you. And then, folks, the third way of connecting people to us is through our YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube any time of the day. It is anywhere in the country. For those of you who weren't certain, I promise you, YouTube is everywhere in the country. The smallest town, in the smallest dorpy, in the smallest province, and you will find YouTube. You click on YouTube, you search DuePoint channel, and you will find every presentation we've ever done, including this evening's there. And you click play. And you are connecting somebody to DuePoint. It's that simple. People have said to me in the past, Brendan, what do I say to convince people to come to DuePoint? Now, this is an interesting challenge. I challenge my own staff members with it. What are you going to say to get somebody to connect to DuePoint? Well, it's very easy. You say to them, do you require more money? And that's what you say. Because right now, like we said, we don't have control over our income. We don't have control over our expenditure. People need more income. They need more income. Do you require more income? Yes, click. That is all that you do. You click the play button. If I can teach you to click the play button, I've taught you how to connect people to DuePoint. Where do you go outside of DuePoint that where clicking the play button creates wealth for you? Where? Nowhere. Nowhere. I've had people come to me that can't argue with me on this. It is because we are so simple that people are always a little skeptical. Hang on a second. All I've got to do is click play. How does this work? Folks, as I said to you, go and do the research. You will know and see that we are the real deal here. We haven't been doing this for 5 minutes. We're a couple of years down already here. We know what we're doing in the creation of wealth for the average South African. Remember I said at the beginning, the average South African doesn't have the skills, the network, or the capital to create wealth for themselves outside of a job. So we can't come to you and say we need your time, your money, your skills, your expertise. No, we've done all of that for you. And we say, what is left for you to do? Click play, and you're connecting people to us, and we do the rest in the creation of wealth for you. And then the fourth way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations, every day of the week, Monday through Saturday, is broadcast live across the country. Across the country. This means that if you are stuck at work or in a different province, it doesn't matter. You want to be live in the room with us every day. You click the live stream button on our app or the YouTube channel, and you're in the room with us. You're in the room. This is a business that opens its face and its heart to all of its customers and all of its wealth engineers and all of its prospective customers. Every day, you can be part of this business. You can be inside these walls with us. Again, we challenge people to say, where else can you get this? If we're looking at the options that we as South Africans have, how does the DuePoint options stack up when you can be in this building with us without leaving your home every day? That's how you connect people to us. As you do that, some of the people you connect to us are going to become wealth engineers like you. And when they do, we allocate them to you, and your channel is now born. These folks are going to go out. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to connect people to us. Some will become wealth engineers, and again, we will allocate them to you. This process repeats itself over and over again as your channel spreads out across the country. Now, we come along as the insurance company. You don't have to. This is not your responsibility. Our responsibility is to come along and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel that you have created for us. And your income is born without you having to sell a single thing. Not a single thing. You have not had to do a demonstration of any kind to anybody, and your income is born with us. Now, what's important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that because this is real business, licensed, listed, because we've been doing this for years, we're reviewed and audited by the JSE, by the FSCA, and at least 7 other regulators constantly. This is the real deal. We are the wealth creation division of Constantia Insurance Company. This means that what we build with you is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not a shape. It is not a Ponzi. It's not any of these things. It is genuine wealth creation. Now, genuine wealth creation always comes with a price. Think about how you create wealth. You get a job. You're going to spend how many years at your job? All of them, if I'm not mistaken. If you start your own business, you know it's going to take you 6 to 10 to 12 years if you're successful to create real wealth with it. Well, exactly the same thing applies here at DuePoint. If you are going to create real wealth with us, you cannot look at DuePoint like you did at the pots and plan presentation you went to, or the cream presentation where they all said, oh, 90 days. 90 days and you'll be on 100,000 Rand a month. Okay, because first of all, nobody ever gets to the 100,000 in 90 days. Otherwise, none of you would be here and none of you would be watching. No, but secondly, too, it's not real. Here we talk about real wealth creation, permanent, lifetime, generational wealth creation, which means we're going to need your time. We're going to need your time. We're not going to make you rich in 90 days, but we are going to make you wealthy permanently. And that is a very big difference, and it's very hard for South Africans to both accept, understand, and actually apply that. Most South Africans are so desperate. They're going, I got to have the money right now. So even though I know this thing I saw is fake, I'm going to try it out anyway, just in case somehow it's not. And then money is lost, and money is lost, and people lose their wealth constantly to these things. Here at DuePoint, I'm completely honest and frank with you. You are going to have to give us your time. But if you do, we can create life-changing results for you here at DuePoint. But you've got to change that mindset to one where you say, I am willing to put the years in to the creation of a new life for myself. For those of you who do, we start the process, the creation of wealth, through the facilitation of the purchase of our products. Our first product is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. For 324 Rand a month, you get 2 products. Your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of the 324 every month and we put it into your investment account. So even if you never put anybody in your channel here at DuePoint, you are already creating an asset for yourself in your investment account with us. The second product we have is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand. That's it. 249 Rand a month, and for that you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Excuse me, 1 million Rand with no waiting periods, no maximum age limits, and no medical examinations or declarations. Anybody can be a wealth engineer in your channel. Anybody can be creating wealth for themselves and for you. There are no restrictions here at DuePoint. Then our third product, our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It is 299 Rand. Well, it actually starts at 299, and that gives you 2 products as well. One is funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rand worth of funeral cover, and you can decide whether you want 5 or 10 family members on the plan with you. In addition, the principal member gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover. That means when the principal member passes away, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of your outstanding debts so that you don't have to pay for your mom's debts, your dad's debts, whoever's it might be. We settle it for you. We don't know of another product that does this. And then the fourth product we have is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month to be a member of the club. As a member of the club, you get access to all of our suppliers. Retail stores, motor manufacturers, data suppliers, entertainment, gyms, travel agencies, you name it, are all in there. We get you vouchers, prices, discounts, packages, all sorts of things. This is a product that's designed to reduce your monthly expenditure. So there's 2 rules to creating wealth. One is increase income and decrease expenditure. And what do we do here at DuePoint? We do both. We create the wealth and we offer you the opportunity through this product to decrease your monthly expenditure. Now, every one of these products has an explanatory video on our website and YouTube channel. I spend 2 minutes on them here because this is the kind of conversation you're going to have with individuals. You're not selling our products. You're not selling our product. Do you want to make money? Yes, click. That's what you do, remember? That's your task here. So we do not spend time on it. But if you want to go and see a full review on every one of our products, you go to our website, watch the video. You can read the full policy documents there as well if you would like. As well on our YouTube channel, you will find videos. I think on the Wealth Points one, there must be about 4 videos, ranging from 3 minutes to about an hour on how to use this product to completely revolutionize your monthly expenditure. Go and watch them. Use it. The resources there like no other. Folks, how would we normally, traditionally get you to purchase our products or to connect with us? Well, you guys know it. We would have advertised to you. TV adverts, billboard adverts, radio station adverts, you name it. We spend hundreds of millions as an industry on it. How do we pay for that expenditure? It's a massive cost. Well, we get you to pay for it. We put it into your banking fees, your car insurance, your funeral cover. Whatever you're paying, 30 to 50% of it every month is next month's adverts. Next month's adverts. You're paying for it every single month. Now, here at DuePoint, we do not advertise at all. You are never going to see an advert for DuePoint. So DuePoint is years old already, and you'd never heard of us. Why? Because we don't advertise. In fact, what we do is we use you. We use you. You go out. You connect people to us. And by connecting the people, we're able to start this process. And all that money that we were going to spend anyway, we were going to spend it on DSTV or on SABC or on Prime Media, we now have available to redirect to you and your wealth engineers in the creation of your wealth. And you get that wealth in two ways here at DuePoint. Starting with our returns program, it pays you R27.50 every single month for every product in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment is made. So it sounds super complicated, but it's actually the simplest system in the world. You go out, you chat to some of your friends. Those people take their products, they pay for their product, and you get every month R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's R55. R55, not per person, per product, every month going forward as long as they pay. This means that if this person over here takes 2 products, you get R110. If they take 3 products, you get R165. If they take 4, you're getting $220 a month off of one individual with 4 products. Folks, you have control of your income now. A single connection at DuePoint could mean you've given yourself a R220 increase. Can you go to your boss and even ask him right now for a R220 increase next month? Well, here you have this tool and the power to use it to be increasing your income with every connection you make to DuePoint. These individuals go out there, talk to some of their friends. Naturally, you connected to them to us, they're going to go and do the same thing. They take their products, they pay for their products, and you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, R55 again. Look at this example. A handful of individuals you've put in and you're earning R1,000 a month. Yes, I know in the WhatsApp group picture it said, if you give me this, I'll make you rich in 90 days. Yes, no. That we all know is not going to happen. But here we can tell you that off of the back of very little effort, you could be earning an extra R1,000 a month. You haven't quit your job to do this. Nobody quits their job to become a wealth engineer. You pick this up and you add it to your life. And with a little bit of effort, you've now added an extra R1,000 a month to your income, R12,000 a year. Now, you do a little bit more time, a little bit more effort in the construction of your channel. And you'll continue to earn, but now at a diminishing rate down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to your earning potential here at DuePoint. You have unlimited potential. From the 8th point on, you'll always get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment made beyond the 8th point, as long as you qualify to earn. How do you qualify to earn? Well, there's 2 things you can do. You can go and watch the 2-minute 57-second video on YouTube, because it's very long, very complicated, where we explain to you in 2 minutes and 57 seconds how to qualify. Once you've watched that video, you understand how we've created generational legacy. You can build your channel any size, hand it over to your children, they can build it even further, and you can earn on all of it. The second thing you can do is you can join us on a Saturday morning at 11:30. Every Saturday we do what's called a launch workshop here, where those who are serious about making wealth as quickly as possible with us come and sit with me for 45 minutes. And in that 45 minutes, I will explain to you every detail about how unlimited your earning potential is here at DuePoint. So let's talk about that payment. We said you had to make a payment here. I was going to ask you, I said right at the beginning of this presentation, I was going to ask you to do one thing today. That one thing that I'm asking you to do is to give us your time. In time, we'll give you your time back. We'll give it back to you more than you could ever have imagined. But in the beginning, we're going to need your time. That is the payment you pay. We did the maths on the time. We said, how long would it take and what could you expect to earn? I don't know how busy you are. I don't know how much effort you're going to be putting into this. But we assumed you're very busy and couldn't do much. You couldn't put much effort into the construction of a channel. We came up with a growth rate formula we call 3 + 2. It's based off the back of 20 years of data that we use. Now, what it says and what it means is 3 + 2 means that in your first month with us, you are responsible for putting just 3 people into your channel. That's it. 3 people. I need you to go out and find 3 people. That's it. You've got a whole month to do it in. And then every month thereafter, you're responsible for putting just 2 people in. Just 2 people into your first point of your channel every single month. You need to do it every single month, but it's 2 people. It's 1 person every 15 days. If we look at what our top guys are doing, some of them do 27, 30, 40, 50. We've had guys do 60 people in a month. I'm asking for 2. They missed my presentation. You just need 2. Now, if you can do 2 consistently and persistently, which means that with December coming up, you still do 2 in December. You don't take the whole month off. You find 5 minutes to find 2 people to connect to your first point. If you can do that consistently over time, now we can start to understand what the payment of time looks like. Right? 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 6 months in, and you can reasonably expect to be on about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month is 30,000 Rand a year. 30,000 Rand a year off of the back of 2 people a month. And so I know people come to me and say, oh, Brendan, I can get here and I can get 100,000 after 90 days. And I go, okay, how hard are you going to have to work to get that 100,000 in 90 days? I'm telling you that after 6 months, we can get you to 30,000 a year if you're just connecting 2 people a month. Just consistently. If you can do another 6 months with us, how much time are you willing to pay? If you can do another 6 months with us to about 12 months, 1 year, we reckon that 2.5 will become 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year. 1 year. Can you spend 1 year with us for an extra 10,000 Rand a month? I don't know if there's very many of you that are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year. I just don't see it coming with what's happening in the South African economy. There might be some of you, but the vast majority of us are possibly even going to get a decrease. That is an interesting day when everything has gone up, got more expensive, and your boss comes to you and says, look, I have to pay you less than I did last year. Are we ready for these things? Or are we willing to put 1 year in, just 1, and potentially, quite realistically, be on an extra 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month? What about 2 years? Are any of you willing to give us 2 years? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Forming good habits. We're not very good at that as South Africans, are we? How many of you, I mean, it's been enough months now, so I can ask this question. How many of you do even remember what your New Year's resolution was this year? This year, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym. And every week since then, you have smashed the gym. You never missed a session. No. No, hey, no. We're not good at good habits. Bad habits, however. You can tell me the bad habits you picked up every year. You've been collecting them, the bad habits. We're good at that. We have to flip that on its head now. We're going to have to ask you now for that payment of time. It's going to become your good habit that you pick up. +2 every month for 2 years. 2 years, +2. If you can do it, we reckon you can reasonably expect to be on about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year in 2 years. That amount puts you in the top 30% of earners in the country. So yes, somebody promised you you'd be rich in 90 days. And we said, no, it'll take you 2 years to get to 30,000. But when you get there, it's 30,000 Rand a month permanently. Not while you're selling the pots, not while you're selling the cryptocurrency, not while you're trading the forex, not permanently. Would you be willing to put 2 years in? Would you be willing to pay that price? Oh, again, I'll put that question and leave it with you. What about 3 years? If you're willing to pay the price for 3 years, +2, that's all we're asking for every month, +2, +2, +2. If you're able to do that after 3 years, it'll rise to about 40,000 to 45,000 Rand a month. All right. Now, we lose a lot of you along the way. Why? Because some of the people you put in don't pay. Some of the people you put in cancel. Some of the people you put in never do anything. They don't duplicate. They disappear. They block you on Facebook or WhatsApp, and they unfriend you on Facebook. And what happens? People quit. Oh, they quit. What did I ask you to do? I gave you one responsibility. The responsibility did not include whether the people pay. It did not include whether they cancel or lapse or whether they duplicate. No, I gave you one responsibility. The one responsibility I gave you was just keep adding 2 people to your first point each month. If you do that, the math starts working for you, because in there you're going to find the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 guys that are going to catch the vision like you, going to do the work, and are going to build your wealth permanently with us here. If you can do 4 years with us, it's going to rise to 60,000 to 65,000 Rand a month. It's 720,000 Rand a year after 4 years. If you're able to do half a decade with us, 5 years, that number will rise to 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You're now in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. Okay? You've done it in 5 years. Maybe 6 years if you're slow. Maybe 7 if you're extra slow. But in 5 years, we've got you to 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month. Now you've got to ask yourself the question. Because people say to me, Brendan, the problem with DuePoint is you earn too slowly. How long have you been in your careers for, guys? How long? 5 years? 10 years? 15 years? We've got one guy sits here almost every Wednesday building his channel. Said, I sat for 45 years in my career, never got to 27,000 a month. How many of you are getting to 27,000, 40,000 in 2-3 years? No, here we're saying give us 5 years. Give us 5, 6, or 7 years of your time, and we'll put you in a position where you now do not need to go to work on 80 grand a month. I don't think any of you are going to go to work. You might go just to show off, but I don't think you'll be going because you desperately need the money anymore. But it did not take 90 days. And you were not allowed to quit after 90 days. Not if you were serious about creating wealth for yourself. No, you pushed through when the first 20 people you put in did nothing. You put another 20 people in. Because what was your responsibility? Just to connect people to us. Your responsibility wasn't what they did. And those of you who were able to just keep connecting people to us for 5 years, put us at DuePoint in a position to permanently change your lives. So people doing it here at DuePoint for sure. We put different people up on stage every month from across the country. Some doing well, some doing medium, some doing badly. We show you the whole lot. We don't hide anything at DuePoint. But we love to show you those that have taken the decision to pick up the tool. We had this month up, we had Sandra. Sandra's fantastic story, super busy. Got no time for DuePoint, but understands the value of what we're doing here, so she's made time. Been with us for 2 years. She was here for 1 year. She built wealth, earned 21,000 Rand with us, and then somebody showed her something shiny else. Come over here, see the shiny thing. Come and see it. And she said, well, you know, I can maybe earn faster over there. So she ran across to the new shiny thing and spent a whole year discovering that it was exactly the same. You had to work hard, you had to put time in, but what was happening there was not permanent wealth. It was in cash in transit. Sell the pot, make money, no pot next month to sell, no money next month. And she said over that time, DuePoint paid her every month. Every month, DuePoint paid her off of the effort she had put in her first year. And now she's back. She's got 8 people already that she's working with, a channel of nearly 400 people that she's now blasting forward into her 3rd year with us, having had a 1-year break in the middle where she did nothing, but got paid every month by us. That's the power of this business. When you can't work, you can't do anything, the money still comes in. That's life-changing. That's life-changing. For Casper Olafia, it's been life-changing for him. He's been through it. Like I said, he ticks, I said it this other night, and maybe I'm going to go to jail for it, I don't know, but he ticks all the boxes. White male Afrikaans old. That effectively makes him unemployable. He can't get a job, and he did. He lost his job. And then he tried to get another one and couldn't. But you know, he built a channel that was worth 7,000 Rand a month with us. And so for 7,000 Rand a month, he had a backup plan. When he could not work or could not find work, the money kept coming in. That's life-changing. That's life-changing. To have, who's got an insurance policy that'll hold you like that? Even those of you who do have retrenchment and loss of income policies, no, they only pay for 6 months, then they stop. Here, every month. And he's been able to build and build. And this year has been such a magic year for Casper. Such a magic year as he's worked through 50 grand. 50 grand in the last couple of months he's earned from DuePoint. How does that change your life when you can't get employment? And then we've got Lynette. Lynette's been with us 2.5 years. She's such a model of perseverance. I'll bet she's watching us live right now. She never misses a presentation. Her husband's hilarious. He says on the day that he dies, there better not be a DuePoint presentation, otherwise Lynette won't come to his funeral. Okay, she'll be here with us. And she persevered, had 2 tough years. Tough years where people were saying no and not doing anything, and then the math started working for her. And this year, she's gone from rank 7 to effectively rank 9, rank 3 to rank 9 in 1 year with us. We'll talk about ranks in a minute. And her income has just exploded. She's up to 16,000 Rand a month. A channel worth 16,000 Rand a month. What does that do for you? How does that change your personal economic position? It's there every month with us. Absolutely incredible. Nearly 2,000 people in her channel, 140,000 in earnings. Real earnings, permanent earnings, not the ones where they show you on WhatsApp with a guy standing next to his Ferrari and the other next to the black Range Rover and nobody's got any of the stuff. You know, it's just pictures. This is real wealth that we've created here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to our YouTube channel at any time, 24 hours a day, and go and look. There's a section in it called Wealth Engineers Tell All, where you can go and watch the videos of hundreds of wealth engineers that have made their wealth here. Some of them slowly, some of them medium, some of them fast. You can see people earning a couple of hundred Rand to people earning more than 100,000 Rand a month. We've got them all here. You want to create $1 million incomes here? You can. if you are willing to pay the price of time. And some are, and so some do with us at DuePoint. And others say, well, I only need $5,000 a month. And they go out and they build a channel that pays them $5,000 a month. Perfect. It is the perfect tool for creating wealth. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is DuePoint, top to bottom. Everything I've told you tonight is what you need to know to make a decision about being a wealth engineer. Everything I tell you from this point forward is just extra. It's just cherry on the cake. If you're serious about becoming a wealth engineer, go to our website, fill out the form. It'll take you less than 3 minutes, and you are a wealth engineer. No money having parted from your hands this evening. Not a cent. And that's why I tease about this. I say, this is why people don't take us seriously in these presentations. It's because we're not charging them. So it's fine. Tonight, it's special for everyone. It's 5,000 Rand to become a wealth engineer. Maybe now everyone will take me seriously. Folks, there is no cost. You will spend no money this evening, but you will have a tool in your hand when you leave this evening that you can immediately start creating wealth with. Immediately tonight. If you want the tools, we got the tools. We got USB sticks, 170 Rand. Remember I told you? That gives you a connection to DuePoint 24 hours a day, whether you've got data or not. We've got backup batteries. Everything is done on your phone here at DuePoint. Your phones are dying, get the backup battery. Business cards we custom make for you if you struggle to connect. Get this, it legitimizes your conversation with individuals. Get the business cards. And we got all the rest. You can see them in the glass cabinet, and you can order them through our client service team. Get them. We're alive and kicking on Facebook. Every day there's something up that's there for you. So check in every day. Follow us and love us on Facebook. And then, folks, as I said, our YouTube channel is the core of our business. It's got all of our content on it. Go there, subscribe. It's free to subscribe. And your phone will ping the moment we go live every day. You click the button, and there we are on the screen. And you can be connecting us to individuals every single day if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then, guys, download our free app. Everything at DuePoint is free. You see, this is the problem. I start charging. Free app, put it on your phone. It is the tool you use to create wealth. Yeah, it's got everything on it. How you connect individuals into your channel. Your training is in there. Your personal documentation and details. If you've got the Access Wealth product, your investment balance is there, updated every 24 hours. Everything is on the app. Get the app, use it to create wealth with us there. And then, folks, give us the opportunity to train you. Here at DuePoint, you're not going to be left alone. If you're serious and you want to get building wealth quickly, I mean, if you don't want to build wealth quickly, you don't have to do any of this. But if you do want to build wealth quickly with us, well, then you want to get into our training program. It's called our XP Rewards Training Program. As we put you through a series of steps and programs in this program, we reward you as you complete those steps with what we call XP points, experience points. Experience points are not worth rands and cents. They are just a measure of your maturity and progress in the DuePoint system. As you accumulate experience, naturally your channel is going to grow. And when you meet those two criteria of experience and channel size, we start to rank you up in our training program. When we rank you up, you are rewarded. What other training program do you know rewards you as you rank up? Initially, it's a little bit of cash. As you get more serious, the cash gets a whole lot more serious. And then from about rank 5, we start to equip you. We give you the tools that you need to create wealth fast with us here at DuePoint. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick, plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa, and has everything you need on it to connect people to us. At rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of custom-made, imported, gold-gilded, not printed, gilded business cards. When you receive a card like that in your hands, you have two questions. Who is DuePoint and what do you do for them? It is a very powerful tool for connecting individuals to us. And we give you a whole stack of them. Look at them. They look like gold ingots. If you want to see one of those, go and find one of our rank 7s. There's a whole bunch of them around the country, and they'll show you what one of the cards. They won't let you touch the card. It's too expensive, but you can look at it. And if you guys want, you can go and see some in the glass cabinet over there. Just take your sunglasses with you. Then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you do for the rest of your life, we take you away on a 1-week trip with your family, 5-star, all expenses paid. I'm particularly excited about this one right now. There's like 60 days before we go on our next one. We go every year. And on the 8th of December, air tickets are booked. The whole front row of the Heritage Latalfia 5-star deluxe hotel has been booked for DuePoint, and we are leaving with all our rank 9s. Sure. Okay, so what else can we do? What else can we do to get you to pick up this tool and use it? It's an interesting question. The thing with most South Africans find about DuePoint is when you pick it up, you actually have to use it. It's like a hammer. It doesn't hammer anything until you start hammering. And guys don't like that because it smells like work. Guys, I can assure you this evening, it is work. If you're going to build wealth, you have to pick the tool up and work, not for 90 days, not for 5 months, not for a year. You've got to give us 5, 6, 7 years to create wealth for you. And along the way, while you're hammering, while you are working with the DuePoint tool, we reward you with things like this. What is it like to start your year on the 1st of January and know that you've already got a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip waiting for you at the end of that year? And then you start the next January and you already know what your December holiday is going to look like. Is it worth picking the hammer up and hammering and hammering and hammering every year? Is it worth it when these sort of things are part of the reward system we have at DuePoint while you're building wealth for yourself? If it isn't, perhaps a video watching us there will help you change your mind.
Gone and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
You can see why I'm excited. We don't have to show you internet footage because we go every year. We're going to show you the real footage of us out there. And it can be you. How long you decide to take to get to rank 9, well, that's up to you. It's not going to take you 90 days. The record to rank 9 is 5 months. This chap over here, and that's a record. Averages 19 months. You decide how fast you want to get there or how slowly. Like I said, if you're serious about creating wealth, join me on Saturday mornings. I'll teach you how to do it. We'll show you how to do it quickly. But it is going to take you time. But when you get there, it's permanent. It's like everything at DuePoint. It's permanent. It's not this promises undelivered. I'm going to take you overseas. I'm going to teach you another language. I'll pay for a house, a car, and you never see any of it arrive. Here at DuePoint, it is delivered because that is what we do. Those who get to rank 9 pursue greater heights and move on to rank 10 and rank 11. And at rank 11, we give you another very useful tool. It's your own car. It is not financed through us. It's not rented from us. We don't give it to you and take it away. And it's not branded. It's your car. And we hope that you use it to build your freedom with us. Have we delivered on this promise? Absolutely. There are 28 currently mapped ranks in our training program. I've shown you the first 11. That's 1/3. There are 2/3 more after this. What do you think are in the other 2/3? If at rank 11 you're getting your own car. Now the thing is, we don't have to show you like they do everywhere else where they promise you're going to be rich in 90 days, because we deliver on what we promise. So when we get there, you'll see what we deliver every single time. Guys, this week is a good week. For those of you who are busy with us for the last couple of years will know that we've got Third Degree Thursday, this Thursday night at 6:30. It is what we do only once every 3 months, and it is the last Third Degree Thursday for this year. Normally at Third Degree Thursday, we offer the wealth engineers and their guests the opportunity to ask us questions. They've got a week or so to send the questions in, and we answer them. All the tough questions, the easy questions, the unusual questions, everything. So we thought we'd try something a little bit different this week, this month. And what we're doing is we've selected a bunch of wealth engineers that have really toughed it out here at DuePoint, and they're going to be asking me their toughest questions that they have to face. I don't know what those questions are. They're going to spring them on me on the evening. This is an opportunity to see if I can stand up in the kitchen. Can I take the heat in the kitchen? They're going to give me the toughest questions. We're going to answer them. This is an incredible opportunity for guests of every kind, but particularly the difficult ones. The difficult ones, the ones that go, I know better, that's the evening for them. Bring them. Let them be challenged by what is asked and how it is answered. Remember, here at DuePoint, we have seen it and done it. We've had to, improving ourselves to be a wealth creation business. Make sure your guests are there. Guys, we've got this post up on Facebook. You should be sharing it to everybody. You should be tagging everybody in, because you want your guests here on Thursday night, either watching live or in the studio or at your venue, wherever you are. Make sure you share this. You'll find it on Facebook, and make sure you've booked in. We want to see the bookings on the system. Let's see your tickets. Let's get this place packed, and let's get you guys packed wherever you are as we tackle the toughest questions at DuePoint this Thursday night at 6:30. And then you know, guys, that we are showcasing DuePoint at the moment around the country. We've been to KZN, Durban. Now we're off to Port Elizabeth this Saturday. I'll be down there. Have you booked your tickets? Have you booked your guest tickets? They are free, as always. Make sure they're booked, though. It is a limited seat venue, so make sure that you get your ticket before you run out of space and we have to shut it down. 2 weeks after that, we're down in Bloemfontein, then Nelspruit, then Cape Town. Have you started booking? Have you started planning? It's going to be a huge, huge Saturday afternoon. Make sure your guys are there. And remember to watch the normal intro via the live broadcast that morning at 10 o'clock. Folks, I think you can see how serious we are. We're not mucking around here at DuePoint. We have put everything into becoming the #1 wealth creation company in South Africa. We want to be a solution for every South African. We want it to be permanent, and we want to deliver on everything we say. Tonight, I want to remind you, we don't take your money, and we don't make unusual promises. What we do is we say, here's a tool. You can take it and start using it immediately, and you're going to have to give us some time. But if you do, we can change your life forever. That's what we do. If you've got questions and concerns, guys, come and ask me afterwards. And for the rest of you, ask those who connected you tonight, and if they can't answer, call into our client service team. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all outside.